Well, hello everyone. My name is Passek, the FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today we'll be tying a dry fly, fairly large dry fly. It's the SedgeHog or the hedgehog, whichever way you want to call it. So I'm not even going to play around because this is a bit of a longer tie, so straight into her. So in the vise today we have, let me put this in here properly, a Hends BL200 in a size 8. For the body, I'm going to be using some hard dubbing, Hens hard dubbing. Awesome stuff. Absolutely love this stuff. Going to be using some copper, what do you call it now? Floss for the tail, and then for the body, for the wing, if you want to call it that, some picric dyed deer hair from Semperfli. Alrighty. It's like I said, it does take a little bit more time, but it's a great pattern. So I'll be using, if I can get this untangled here, I'll be using some Semperfli Classic Waxed in Rust. Okay. Oh, I gotta double check. It feels like it's wrapped around the post. Hold on. It is wrapped around the post, so just give me a second here while I untangle this. Just came off. So actually, you know what? No, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with the fluorescent green instead. Gives me that nice little head. So this is the fluorescent green Semperfli Classic Waxed. This gives me that contrast head. So now I'll take a piece of the floss. Gonna make myself a bit of a tail with this floss. I do like a slightly longer tail on these, but because I want it to stick out past the hair, right? So now I have to make a decision which color scheme I want to go with the SedgeHog here. Since I'm going with the picric, I'm going to go with a more of a greenish color. So I'm going to go with the number 11. It's a slightly darker olive here. Just pull a bunch out and put it on my desk, and then I'm going to really wax up my thread well just to make sure this stuff sticks. Come back to here and just take my dubbing and just give it a twisty on. You don't want a huge noodle, but you definitely want to have one that will be seen through this, because this is it's a pretty bulky fly. So I put a good bump at the back here for my first batch of deer hair, which will go right there right now. So now I grab my stacker and my hair, my deer hair, if I can get it out of this package. Take a good chunk of it, probably about, I don't know, this half the size of my pinky finger. So okay, and where's my small stacker? I like to use that big one. Things always get lost when I use the big one, so I'm using my small stone foe stacker instead. So in it goes. Instead, so it doesn't vibrate the crap out of the video. So stacked it so it lines up. Grab a hold of it. So I can cut some of these butt ends off just to make it a little easier. And I'm just gonna tie that in. first one, then I can just go right through it. And I'll go with my smaller scissors and I'll clean up some of those butt ends. All this stuff's going to get hidden anyway because I'm going to be putting more dubbing in, but just so now I'd like just giving it a bit of more of a wax, and just coming back through that a little tighter. Okay, and then I'll come back to there, wax it again, take some more of my dubbing. Dub that on. Right over top of there, making a bit of a separation between my wings. Grab another bunch of deer hair, about the same amount, into my stacker. Cooperates. I love these flies. They're some of my favorite flies to fish, but I like tying them, but I don't like the mess they leave. Then again, I don't like the mess any deer hair fly leaves. I'm not a big fan of deer hair flies for tying, just because of the mess. So I'm going to stack that so it's just a little bit short of the tail of that one, the last wing. Same thing, go through my stack, my butt ends. I'll let that go. Make sure those are up on the top. There we go. Okay. Come forward again, take the scissor, just clean up a few of those little butt ends that are there. There's not many this time. There's a good thing. A couple of little butts there. There we go. Like I said, it's not a huge deal anyway. It all gets covered by the dubbing. Next, a bit more wax. More dubbing. I'm just going to come back right over top of that area there. Okay, next, repeat. This time I'm going to take a bit of a bigger chunk. My hair, my deer hair. It's a little bit too much that time, but it's okay. Pull some of this out. I just want a little bit of a bigger chunk at the front here. This should be my last bit. We'll see. Into my stacker. All the little hairs off of me. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of tying with deer hair, especially when you've got a climates like where I live here in Alberta and stuff. We get a lot of static, so stuff doesn't cooperate half the time. Just taking some of those ones that didn't line up properly. So now this one, I want to make it so it's a bit longer, as long as I can get these fibers, because these are fairly short, so about there. And then tie those down. one spot there. Here we go. Here we go. Now I'm going to just stroke all this back. Just tie up in front here. Excuse my hands. Then trim away all this butt section, hairs. I'm actually going to use my bigger scissors. It's actually not too bad. Okay, a little bit more dubbing. Finish off with some dubbing here at the front end. I'm just going to zoom out just a little bit, just so you guys can see this a little clearer, the whole thing. There we go. Come on, there we go. Okay, and I'm going to come back up over top of this by dubbing. Bit of a dubbing ball head here, and then just going to make a little head at the beginning right here, make it that nice bright green, use it. And then wet finish. One set, two sets. Cut this off, take my Velcro and just pull out some of that dubbing that I just put in at the head there, just to help blend it into the wing. You can even pull out some of the stuff from the underbody a bit, just make it a bit scruffier. And there's the finished fly. Like I said, it's really buggy, floats really high. That hard dubbing, it really looks natural underneath. Let's see if I can zoom in on that there for you guys. Yeah, it's very natural looking material. And then that little hot spot red. You could have made it with a more of a red if you wanted, or a brighter orange, or a really bright green. Many different tails that you can use out there. Materials that you can use for the tails. Put a little bit of floatant on that, put that out on a dry line, strip that in. Absolutely deadly fly. So, alrighty. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, give her a thumbs up. If you've subscribed, thank you. If you have not, please consider doing so. Spread the word. Let everybody know. We're getting close to the 2,000 subscriber mark, and once we hit that, I'll have another giveaway. So yeah, just let's get up there. We're getting close. I think we're almost at 1,800 now. So getting close. Have a good one, everyone. Tie lines.